we can cut a deal.
Jack? Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
What a day.
I set a trap.
Moms and dad, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the circus.
You are with the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, featuring Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini, and Kevin O'Connor.
Hello, everybody.
And happy birthday to Jack Nicholson there at the beginning and Mr. Peter Frampton. April 22nd is a good day for birthdays.
It's a good day for birthdays.
That's right. So we got some other birthdays coming up we're going to talk about in a little while. Yep, absolutely. So how's your week going, my man?
So far, so good. You know, if you want to get honest about it, so far, so good.
We got a lot to do tonight.
Yes, we
so
do.
We're going to get right into the music. This is a band that I heard at the IBC's International Blues Challenge.
Yes, I know.
A couple weeks ago.
All right.
And this is the Charlie Wheeler Trio, Love Letter, from their latest record, Rewind, of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Tell me that I regret the day I met her. Oh, but I should've known better. Cause of your woman and I, how we hoped to be the first place when I stole you from another guy. But I don't know why. Why I keep letting you mess up with my mind. Yeah, I know that I should've known better since the day that I met her. I read your love letter. I read your love letter, baby. My brother dropped by my house, told me that you wrote him a love letter too. Straight up won't believe it, baby. You won't believe it if it happened to you. Oh, I didn't have a clue about the devious things you do, running around behind my back with a little Johnny Cockaroo. And all this time I wonder why not justify you never looked me in the eye. Oh yeah, you know that I should've known better since the day that I met her. I read your love letter. That's right, I read your love letter, baby. across town. Lord, I just turn around with my head down towards the ground. Went on back to the bus stop and tried to figure the whole thing out. And all this time I wonder why my justified never look me in the eye. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you know that I should've known better since the day that I met her. I read your love letter. Oh yeah, you know that I should've known better since the day that I met her. I read your love letter. Come on, yeah. I know that I should've known better since the day that I met her. I read your love letter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Charlie Wheeler Trio. You can find them at charliewheelerband.com. Charlie Wheeler Trio will be performing. Now, these guys are actually from the Ridgeway area.
Oh,
They're coming
okay.
down into the city
Sure.
to play at Ham Bones on Friday night, the 24th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that down at it's Lawrenceville, right? So if you guys are nothing to do Friday, go out to Ham Bones and check out Charlie Wheeler. I don't know if I'm going to make it, although I'm very tempted. These guys put on a great show at the IBCs.
Very cool.
Yeah, and they brought a lot of fans. It was very, very cool. An interesting note about these guys. Charlie is Jeff Fetterman's neighbor.
Shut up. Really?
So they're like growing guitar players up there.
Oh, that's funny. Because I was like, Ridgeway's right up that road there.
Yep, up in the north central Pennsylvania.
Far out, man.
You're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Kevin O'Connor and Lou Lombardi. Thank you, Positively Pittsburgh Live and Quick Vodka.
Grazie.
Grazie, we like you so much. You're such a good people. All the kisses that we give to you. Oh my goodness, Charlie Wheeler Trio, charliewheelerband.com. charliewheelerband.com. You had an interesting experience, Mr. O'Connor, didn't you? Have an interesting experience this week?
I did. Oh. Listen to that music. Yeah. Yes. This is the part of the show we talk about what a small world it is. So, Lou, I don't know if you know this about me. I like to buy, sell, trade, collect guitars, right?
You?
I know.
I would never have thought that about
I wanted
you.
to come out to you right here and now and tell you that.
Kevin's coming out on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
That's right. I'm a guitar collector. Well, I found a guitar I wanted on Craigslist. So, called the guy, worked out a deal. I go over his house, and he had mentioned that he had played a gig the night before. I'm like, oh, you're in a band? He said, yes. I said, listen, my friend Lou and I have a podcast. Do you have original music? He goes, yes, I do. I'm like, listen, we'd love to feature you guys. Let me give you his email address. And I gave him the old llstrangelove@gmail.com.
Right.
And I said, LL stands for Lou Lombardi. And he just stops writing. And he looks up. He's like, Lou Lombardi? And at first I thought, it was somebody you owed money to. but it wasn't. He goes, Lou's already played our stuff. I'm like, who's your band? He goes, We Came From Space. I'm like, get out of town. I remember those guys. I'm like, holy cow. So it's a small world after all. I actually bought a guitar off of somebody we featured here on the circus.
And we're going to get some We Came From Space on again soon.
Yes.
But that's a cool story,
So
man.
Dave, Dave from We Came From Space.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for selling
nice.
Kevin another guitar, which he absolutely...
I needed this one.
He really needs
I really did.
He really does. It's important.
Indeed.
Kevin has a bad case of gas.
Yeah. Pull my finger, Lou. No.
That is
Word
guitar
ain't-
acquisition syndrome.
That's it.
But Peter Frampton born this day. Do you know
Yes.
that Peter Frampton? Now, most of you guys, you know this, right?
Well,
you know
tell
that
me.
Peter Frampton was in Humble Pie.
Yes, I do know that.
If you listen to the Fillmore show, you can hear his vocals distinctively
Oh, really?
harmonizing with
Okay.
his name just left my brain.
That guy.
That guy, Steve Marriott. So, Peter's done like a lot of stuff since. I mean, he's been in associates, worked with David Bowie and Ringo Starr.
Still the best-selling
worked with the
live
Bee Gees.
album.
Really? Is that the truth?
It's still, Frampton Comes Alive, still the best-selling live album to this day.
Good stuff.
How many copies have I owned? I've owned cassettes. I've owned albums. I now have CDs.
I remember going over to your house and you having that on vinyl, where opened up and everything. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very, very cool. It was a good time, man. Good times.
Good times.
Good times, man.
Yes.
Good times. Speaking of good times.
Yes.
Speaking of good times, tonight's hot topic is brought to you by Positively Pittsburgh Live, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but we're going to talk about, guys, just because you have merchandise doesn't mean anybody's going to freaking buy it.
No.
So we're going to try to help you guys work that out so where it actually...
We're going to help you sell.
Yeah, you got to sell. Last Tuesday night, I had a lot of fun. I went out to Jurgles, and I met this lovely young lady, Dawn Savage, and heard her band. They are absolutely fantastic band. But this is a song off her record called Dawn Savage. This is called I Could Be That Girl. Dawn Savage on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
I could be that girl who you don't mind being with all the time, who you just can't seem to get off your mind. I know I could be that girl. Can't you see that there's so much more to me, that there's so much we could be? Oh yeah, I could be that girl. Oh, I wish you could see that girl, she's not so far away. You're close to me, but I'm not gonna push you away. I could be that girl who won't break your heart in two. That's not something I would do. Oh yeah, I could be that girl. Oh, I wish you could see that girl, she's not so far away. You're close to me, but I'm not gonna push you away. I could be that girl. Yeah, I've always been your friend. I'll stay strong and never bend. Oh yeah, I could be that girl. It's a lonely road when you have no one. I'm holding my hand out to you. I've been here all along, yeah. I could be that girl who won't break your heart in two. That's not something I will do. Oh yeah, I could be that girl. Yeah, I could be that girl. Yeah, I could be that girl. I could be that girl. I know, I know, I know. I could be that girl.
Dawn Savage.
Wow.
And you can go to her website and check out everything she's going. Actually, it's dawnsavage.com. When you go to that, though, it just takes you to their Facebook feed, which is fine. Just like their feed, and you'll get all the information. They're playing a lot. It's a great band, and I had a really good time last Tuesday. So thank you, Dawn. And she's like, I really want to come in and play acoustically on your show. I'm like, we would love to have you.
Did you tell her about the donuts policy? She has to stop and get us donuts on the way. But I'm just saying,
That's the price of.
she could be that girl that will bring us donuts.
She could be that girl.
See what I did there?
Hey, Kevin, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you remember this band right here?
The only way to get there's to go straight down.
Sounds familiar.
There's no bathroom and there is no sink.
Remember these guys from the 90s? They did this record. They were like in their teens. From Australia, I believe. But this is a band called Silverchair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and today is Daniel John's birthday. Daniel John's. Yeah,
another birthday boy.
Yeah, and he's married to Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah. Okay.
So
ain't
at least as of this writing, you know how these rock and roll Hollywood
these kids today.
You know, so
Very cool.
Happy birthday to Daniel Johns of Silverchair.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, we have so much great music tonight. I tell you, I'm going to play one more song before we get. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at the schedule. I've got to take a look at the schedule.
Well, okay, we're gonna see what's going on there.
We're going to do one more. We're going to play another song before we get into our hot topic. Oh my. Okay, but this is another guy I saw at the IBCs.
Oh, cool.
Silverchair, I love you, but we're going to.
Thanks, Silverchair. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Daniel. Turn down a little bit. This is another guy I met. Andy Taravella and Gary Ripper play with this gentleman. His name's Dan Boobin, and Dan is a great singer-songwriter and slide guitarist. Check this out. This is he's got an album called Empty Roads. Mm-hmm. This is called Fight Club. This is some great singing.
We're not going to talk about it.
First rule of Dan's record is we don't talk about Dan's record.
We will.
Dan Boobin on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
It was 2 long years ago when they tried to take away the life and reality as we know it on the day. You were lying, looking up at me with a tear in your eyes, but like a lion in Zion with a job to provide and lead the pride. Don't let him take the fight out of you. Don't let him take the fight out of you. We're not living in the promised land now where everything is fine, and your body and soul is one, and no fuss and our fight. But I'm drawing inspiration from your everyday life. Amazing how life in me when your spirit is alive. Don't let him take the fight out of you. Don't let him take away the things you love to do. Don't let him take the fight out of you. Don't let him take the fight out of land now where everything is fine, and your body and soul is one, and no fuss and our fight. But I'm drawing inspiration from your everyday life. Amazing how life in me when the spirit is alive. Don't let him take the fight out of you. Don't let him take away the things you love to do. Don't let him take the fight out of you.
That's funky, Lou.
Dan Bubin, and let me spell that for you. DanBubien. And that inspired me to want to hear a little bit of this.
Okay.
I love this woman. Rebecca Johnson. Have you been checking her out lately? You'd like her page, man. She puts up tons of videos.
Look at her go.
She's a badass bass player.
No kidding.
This is a great version of this Police song. Great band, great guitar work on this. But it's sort of, Dan, sorry, you're, let me turn this down. We got sidetracked there. But Dan Bubin, I don't know, just something about that Fight Club song just inspired me to want to hear a little bit of Rebecca Johnson Band. But yeah, you can go to Dan. Dan's playing all over the place. He's working on a new record. DanBubien.com. So check out Dan. He's a great dude. Really nice guy, man. Had a good time talking to him at the IBCs a couple weeks ago. So, and I want to make a couple of announcements. If you like the music we're playing, you can read more about the artists and listen again at podcast.loudinirockandrollcircus.com. If you'd like to have your music featured, go to freepromo.loudinirockandrollcircus.com.
Right.
If you'd like to enjoy this as a visual experience,
which I do,
you may want to go to YouTube and just type in Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, and then all the episodes now are on videos. We have created real nice slide presentations for each band. So you guys, we're doing a lot of promo for the bands. I mean, when you send your music to us,
we're not kidding around.
We're not kidding around.
We're serious about this.
Absolutely, because, I mean, first of all, I've got to be honest with you. I mean, some guys do send us music that we just can't play. It's not professional, but, so if you get selected on here, that's because, we said, no, this guy's serious.
Needs to get out there.
Absolutely. So, so you got any announcements or anything, Kev?
Yeah, nothing really going on. But, you mentioned the YouTube page. That's how because when we do the podcast, I actually listen to them because I love the music. And that seems to be my weapon of choice now, is going to the YouTube page and watching it, because I like watching the videos come up. I like watching the web pages come up, the pictures of the bands. So matter of fact, I always put it on my Facebook page so my peeps can watch it. So yeah, you just go to YouTube and just type in Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, and all the videos are right there. It's real simple. They are.
Real simple. We've got another birthday this week.
Who can it be?
This song was by Mason Williams, but Glenn Campbell had a huge hit with it.
Oh, that's right.
Glenn Campbell's birthday.
Now, let me tell you a story about Glenn Campbell.
Speak to me, because I got a Glenn Campbell story too.
Okay, good. Mine's probably not as good as yours. You probably met him. No, I didn't mean
he lives upstairs, actually, in my
I thought
attic.
that guy looked familiar. No, when I was a kid, the very first guitar I got was from my cousin Mary. And at the time, Maddie.
Was it Mary O'Connor?
It was Mary O'Connor.
Oh, sweet Mary O'Connor.
Fine young lass.
Sweet young lass from the old country.
But she lived with me.
Did she survive the potato famine, Kevin?
Just barely.
That's the little people helped her through, huh?
Well, actually, it was the whiskey. But I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, Mary lived with my aunts.
We'll have a pint of Guinness afterwards and discuss it all, my good friend.
Oh, there you go, then. Mary lived with my aunts, so anytime I'd go to visit my aunts, I would borrow her acoustic guitar, stand in front of the Victrola. Do you know what a Victrola is?
Yes.
It's a record player. And I would, basically lip sync and pretend to play the guitar to Glenn Campbell, because my aunts loved Glenn Campbell. So I have very fond memories of Glenn Campbell. So it's happy birthday, Glenn.
There's somebody posted, and I'm sorry, I can't find it on quickly here, a video of Glenn and Roy Clark playing Ghost Riders in the Sky together, ripping at them. They're both great session guitar players, but a lot of people don't know that Glenn Campbell started out, or one of his early gigs was the guitarist in Frank Sinatra's band. That's how far back Glenn goes. Yes.
I did not know that.
So happy birthday, Mr. Glenn Campbell.
Very good.
He did a great record last year, produced by who's the guy that produced the Johnny Cash records that everybody the long beard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we know so much about music.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't,
We're right on top of
Yeah.
things. Happy birthday.
I know somebody right now screaming at their like mobile device.
You
going, idiots! But happy birthday. It'll come to me like in the middle of the night. I'll wake up and go like, it's that guy.
Also, yeah.
Rick Rubin.
Oh,
Rick Rubin.
oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so happy birthday to Glenn Campbell. Dan Boobin, we played there, and we crowbarred in a little Rebecca Johnson.
Just a little
band
bit.
for you.
Just a little bit.
You guys got to check out Rebecca. She's a total.
She's a nice
badass chick.
girl.
Great bass player, great singer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Super Monkey will be at the legendary Dobbs
in
on
Philadelphia.
on this Saturday, the 25th.
Far out, man. Break a leg.
So come
Or
on
two.
out. The show starts at 7 p.m. The legendary Dobbs in Philadelphia. Now,
Yeah.
you guys, I mean, you guys, like I went to the IBCs.
Right.
And everybody had CDs. Well, not everybody, but people were throwing CDs at me, the CD doesn't just have to be
No.
for promo only. You can sell them.
What?
People will pay you money for your music.
That's crazy.
What we're as musicians, the thing we're notoriously bad at is selling. In fact, like a musician that sells well is like, I can't even think of a good comparison. It's just like, the devil's going to get into heaven before a musician is going to become a good salesman. And I think we have a lot of hang-ups because, to me, when I think salesman, I think the image that pops into my mind is Herb Tarley. From WKRP
I was just going to say
in Cincinnati. You know what I mean?
The bad suits.
The pastel colored leisure suits with the white belt and the white shoes.
Yes.
And the total cheesemo shtick.
Yeah.
And the horrible pickup lines.
Herb Tarley.
But guys, look, you've got to learn a little bit about selling. Selling is a science and an art, and there's been a lot of great books written about selling, and there's a lot of great blogs about it, and I highly recommend that you check that out. One of the reasons why you guys aren't selling merchandise like you should is because you're not selling it. You're hanging it up somewhere, and nobody even knows really what it is. Nobody's approaching you with this. Nobody's approaching the fans at the show saying, "Hey, check this stuff out. It's really, really awesome." Let me just give you guys a couple little pointers. When somebody comes up to you after your show and says, "Well, you guys are really good," perfect opportunity
Bingo!
to say, "You like us so much. You know what? Buying this CD for $10 really helps us to keep putting these shows out and keep making this music that you love." And it really helps, and we really appreciate it if you could help us out with a CD. That's just a total opening right there that you have. Sure. I mean, guys, if you don't actually sell, if you don't take some action, you never. If you try to buy a car, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's guys there that they're there that show you the car and ask you what you want, and they take you around the whole thing, and they demonstrate it for you, and they do all this cool stuff for you. You don't just walk into the car dealership and nobody's there and you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't know what to do, and you'd
And
just
if
leave.
you did, you would leave. Right,
Yeah, 'cause
exactly.
you would be like, "Oh, I don't know,
There's nothing
And
here.
I go to shows all the time, in the merchandise table, there's nobody manning the merchandise table.
I've seen that.
Bands don't mention the merchandise from stage.
Right.
So, guys, you've got to get more aggressive about this.
Right.
I know it can be kind of expensive, especially if you're touring, to bring a merch person, but a good salesperson will more than make their wages.
Oh,
They
yeah.
will make you money, and they're going to get a lot more of your merchandise and a lot more of your product out there. One of the suggestions I make is ask everybody in the room. If they came to that show, ask them to buy some merchandise. The worst thing that can happen, what's the worst that'll happen?
What?
They'll say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking to a very good friend of mine, Becky Auer. She used to own Nakama, which is the number one
yeah.
restaurant in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
All right. And I was talking to her. I says, "Becky," I says, "well, what do you like selling?" She says, "Lou," she says, "the key to selling is ask."
Yeah.
Just freaking ask. Open your damn mouth and ask. Ask
Anybody-
for a sale.
Would you like this?
You have something good.
I have this.
It's really awesome. you're not stealing people's money. You're just saying, I did this really cool thing, and it would be like really awesome, and and you could, we'll trade. You give me a little bit of money, and I'll give you my CD or my T-shirts or whatever.
Right.
It's not. So get over your hang-up. I mean, a lot of musicians too have this sort of very, money, man. That's all about the man, and we're against the man, and all that stuff. But guys, you hear all these bands that, like, you ever think about a band like Silverchair, for a good example?
Right.
And you go, like, whatever happened to those guys? What are they doing? You know what I mean? And then you find out, I don't know if this is true about Silverchair, but you find out that, like, one guy's working at a car dealership, and another guy's selling hamburgers down by the beach. And,
right.
Well, that's because they didn't take care of their freaking business.
Correct.
All right? The second half of the word is business, music. Business.
Right? Yeah, there it is.
And so unless you're just in it and you don't care, and devil may care, like whatever happens, if you really want to kind of go somewhere with this, you want to do something a little bit more, you've got to become active with your selling. So have a well-lit, well-placed merchandise display at all your shows. Have somebody there manning it. Better yet, have two people. Have somebody manning the merchandise table and have somebody out in the audience talking to every single person. Preferably somebody attractive.
Yeah, like me. Oh.
And outgoing.
Yeah.
And if they have some sales training, if they know how to close a sale, they're worth their weight in freaking gold. Now, there's ways to do this on the internet as well. It's not as hard as you think. If you do a little bit of research into internet marketing, you can get a lot of great ideas. I don't have time to go into all of that. That's a subject for something else, for another another podcast. But you have to just resign yourself to the fact that selling is part of this business.
Right.
And if you don't have somebody doing it for you, then you've got to get really excited about it yourself. Don't feel bashful about it. Keep asking. It's like dating. It's a numbers game. If you weighed 300-400 pounds,
sure,
and you had one eye and no teeth.
Why are you looking at me when you said that?
and your whole head was covered in warts. But
not my whole head.
If you asked out 5 girls every day,
right,
starting Monday, by Friday you would have one date. I guarantee you would have one date.
Sure.
All right. So get out there, start asking for sales. Don't be bashful about it, because this is what's going to allow you. The money is what gives you the juice to do the next record or the next show or get the cool lighting show that you want or whatever. So don't be shy. You have to open your mouth. You have to ask. You got to let people know that you have stuff for sale. And don't size. The other thing I want to conclude with is don't size people up. Don't shy away from somebody because you think they don't want to buy, or you think that they don't have money or whatever. The guy that comes to the gig in the shabby clothes and unkempt and everything, he may just save all his money so he can buy CDs and stuff. He might love music, okay? So you don't know, all right? And if somebody says no, monitor this a little bit. If you get a lot of no's, just take a step back and say, well, how am I asking? Am I explaining what I'm selling accurately? Because very often people may want to buy, or they may be on the fence about something. You just didn't explain it right. So don't be afraid to kind of turn it back. Right. I learned this from a guy. I learned this technique from a multi-millionaire named James Malinchek. He's actually from Menneson, Pennsylvania, but he was on the television show Secret Millionaire. And one of the things that he says is, reevaluate. If you're getting a lot of no's or it doesn't seem like people, don't get down on yourself about it. Just say, well, maybe I'm not explaining what I have properly. So sometimes if you get personal with somebody and say, hey, you know what, we worked really hard on this record and we'd like to do another one. Every time somebody buys one, that that helps to go into helping us put together another record and do more shows. And we know how much you came to the show because you love independent music.
Yep.
There you are. So fill in the blank, help me out. So just be real with people, and ask, present it well, make sure people know that you have merchandise, make sure they know how to get it. Oh, one other thing. I'm there. The ideas won't stop, Kevin.
Oh my God.
Make it easy for people to buy. So if somebody says to you, oh man, I don't have any cash, no problem. There are credit card readers for every smartphone.
Phones, yeah, exactly.
So all you got to do is say, hey, no problem, man. Just
got a card?
Get your card. We'll take care of it right here. No fuss, no muss. Okay. So get out there and sell. Be active. Take activeness. Active action.
Take activeness.
Take activeness. Right now I want to hear the AIDS diet plan commercial, but I won't. Oh man, we're having a lot of fun tonight.
But it's all good. I think I mentioned this in previous podcasts. When I go to a show, what's the first thing I look for after the show? The merch table. You know.
Well,
and there's been a couple times I've gone out there. There's nobody there.
There's nobody there. I wanted to buy, but there was nobody there.
I'm out of here. Yeah,
I'm out of here. Hey, this next band is very cool. These are guys that just found me.
Oh,
like so we got people
you
out
were lost
there that are listening.
Now you're found. These guys found you, Lou. Hallelujah!
You know where they found me from?
Where?
Mumbai.
Get out of town.
Yeah, this band
literally.
They're called In Regalia. In Regalia. INREGALIA. They're a very cool rock. They're just a straight up rock band. I'm not going to try to describe their music too much. I'm going to go ahead and just play it for you. But so they just so the marketing is getting out there, and you guys are finding us, and you're listening, and you're getting into what we're doing. We're really happy. So this is a band called In Regalia. This is called Rock This House on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
It's time to unwind. Gearing up for those neon signs. Get your devil's eye, 'cause it's time to get down. And this is where the party starts. From Carter Road all the way to Marine Drive, we're gonna tear up this town tonight. No reason not to let your head out. Get crazy tonight. Whoa, we're gonna rock this house tonight. Whoa, drinking up everything in my sight. Whoa, kings and jacks always make it right. Whoa, till the early morning light. Time to let go of those inhibitions, sleazing up to this night's high. No regrets, no consequences, 'cause when it hits you, it's like ecstasy. Yeah, Carter Road all the way to Marine Drive, we're gonna tear up this town tonight. No reason not to let your head out. Get crazy tonight. Whoa, we're gonna rock this house tonight.
Okay. In Regalia.
Guys, that was great.
Good stuff. From Mumbai.
Incredible.
And VJ Fernandez on lead guitar there. I thought that was a very cool guitar solo.
Yes.
Nice job. So you can find them at inregaliaband.com. That's INREGALIABAND.com.
Very cool, guys.
We played the Charlie Wheeler Trio. You can find them at charliewheelerband.com. We played Dan Boubin.
Yes.
DANBUBIEN.com. We played Don Savage. DonSavage.com.
Yes.
We have yet another birthday we need to get to.
Another one.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Remember this song? Who
Of
doesn't
course.
remember this song?
Of course.
Well, today
Yes.
is Cynthia Johnson's birthday.
Hey.
Singer for Lip Sync,
All
Funky
right.
Town.
I actually learned this song. I actually learned the pseudo echo version of this song.
Oh yeah, Pseudo Echo had his hit with it in the 80s.
Right, I was hoping to have my band play it, but nobody really seemed interested in it. It was a lot of fun to play.
It's fun to play and it's a real crowd pleaser.
Oh yeah,
So
everybody knows this song. So
Yes.
happy birthday, Cynthia!
happy birthday, Cynthia Johnson from Lip Sync. Oh my good. Anything else we need to go over before we wrap up? We're gonna close with. I'd like to thank all the bands first of all tonight.
Yes.
Don't forget, guys. Charlie Wheeler Trio is at Ham Bones on Friday.
Fun place. I played there.
24th. Yes,
Yep.
yes, we've all been in that room. So check that out. Okay, I love supermonkey.com is where you want to go to get all the info about
love 'em.
Super Monkey. And we are doing a show at the legendary Dobbs in Philadelphia on Saturday night, the 25th. The show starts at 7 p.m.
Very good. Good for you guys.
Oh, it'll be a good time. So you can get more information about Super Monkey at ilovesupermonkey.com. All one word, ilovesupermonkey.com. I'd like to thank again In Regalia, Dan Boubin, Charlie Wheeler, Don Savage. Who am I missing, Kevin?
You're missing Dave from We Came From Space for selling me that guitar. Love it.
Kevin got himself a nice guitar.
Love it.
So, all right. And Don Savage, I'd like to thank all you guys for sending your music in and giving us the pleasure of checking it out. We're going to close with The Last Rock God by Super Monkey.
Yeah.
Let's give you some more information about the podcast, though. Podcast.LoudiniRockAndRollCircus.com, where you can get the blog. You can read more about all the great music we're playing here. Loudini Rock and Roll Circus on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, search Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
There we are.
Guys, if you want to get your music promoted, and I mean really freaking promoted, not just played on a podcast, there's a blog, there's videos, there's a slideshow. You get all kind of great stuff. Right now, we're doing it totally free because we just love you guys. So submit your music at freepromo.Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Right. And hey, before you play the song, folks, the song coming up, there is a YouTube video for it. I suggest you find it and watch it. It's very cool.
Yeah, Last Rock God by Super Monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to tell you also, check us out on Twitter at LL Strangelove. And from your mobile device,
Ooh, look at us.
just type in
high tech.
LoudiniRockAndRollCircus.com and you will be taken to a place where you can download a mobile app, so you can just take us with you everywhere you go. So we're like everywhere, right?
Everywhere, folks.
We're like everywhere, dude. All right, this is Super Monkey on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus taking us out. This is Last
All right,
Rock
guys.
God. You guys rock out. We will see you next time.
you
Loudini
soon.
and A.K. Lombardi and Kevin O'Connor. Guys, rock out. We'll talk to you soon.